Hey there, I'm Lainey Lipsky, parenting coach and master teacher. Parenting is hard. I totally get it, and I'm here to make it easier for you. Especially if you had a tough childhood or you've got a tough child now, I've got your back. So take a deep breath, relax, and check out this clip from my coaching group this week. And remember to hit like and subscribe if you like my vibe. Let's get started. How do you get your children to have emotional load? You ask them to hang up their wet towels and put dirty clothes away almost every day. They do it and they're happy to do it, but they truly forget to just do it on their own. Having them take note on a regular basis definitely makes me feel like a nag. Totally. Right. So feeling like a nag is when you are repeating yourself and you're getting more and more frustrated and you actually sound like a nag because the family dynamic, the system that's in place has forced you into that role, right? So I think it's a great opportunity to look at the system that's in place. And if you're repeatedly asking somebody to do the same thing, then the issue is partially them listening, but the more important issue is making sure that when you ask the first time or the second time, that you're making it land. You're actually making it land. I heard a story, my mother-in-law told it the other day about her daughter, my sister-in-law, who, when my mother-in-law would yell at her and say, you're not paying attention, not paying attention, she would ask her 5 or 6 times to do something, and she'd say, why do you always make me yell? And my sister-in-law said, well, I figured if it was really important, eventually you'd yell at me, which was like very eye-opening, very honest. And my mother-in-law was like, oh, so we need to change that because I'm yelling because it's frustrating. It's still important to me. I need to convey that it's important to me in another way besides yelling because this doesn't feel good. So a suggestion that I have around this is to be willing to give one reminder, but make that reminder land, right? So not repeating and repeating and repeating. And there are a number of ways to do this. So you can say to them, you can put your hand on their shoulder, make eye contact and say, I really need you to pick up that towel, right? Or you can do it non-verbally. You can just point to the towel. Or you can say, I see a wet towel on the floor, for example. Those are three different ways to remind them. I would try one of them and see which one lands the best. And let your kids know ahead of time, I'm going to ask you once. I'm not going to repeat myself. It's too frustrating and it's too insulting to you, my smart child, right? Like you don't need to be reminded, you know what to do. You could also ask them when they leave the bathroom, did you check on the towel? And I recognize this is not completely absolving you from having that emotional load that we're talking about, but it's a way to stop nagging and repeating. A way to have them actually take responsibility really comes with time and with practice. And the truth is that there are adults who leave wet towels on the floor. And the truth is that if your child, when they go off to college or wherever they're going in their lives, if they don't care that the towel is on the floor, if they don't find that gross, then they're not going to pick it up. So they may not inherently find it important, especially tween and teen boys. And I hate to stereotype, but I have had at this point a tween and now a teen boy. And there seems to be not a lot of caring around wet towels on the floor. So you can't make them care. Somebody's asked me that before. You can't make your child care, but you can hold them accountable, right? And what I find is that if you make yourself annoying enough, not by being a nag, but by standing outside the door when they finish up and to say towel, just one word is a great way, towel. Eventually they're going to get annoyed with you being there. And you can say, well, if you're annoyed with me being here and you don't want me here, you know what you need to do, right? So make it playful, make it simple, and make it so that you're not repeating yourself because it's really in the repeating that we become nags. I really hope this video was helpful to you. Feel free to share it and use the comments to ask a question or to request a topic for the future. We've got links below for free support with things like discipline, teaching your kids how to be more gritty, and how to be more patient with your kids, plus access to my free coaching group. So be sure to check those links out. And remember, we get one shot at parenthood. Our kids only get one shot at their childhood. So let's make it count. Click like and subscribe, and I'll see you soon.